Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick, unpackaging and initial impressions video on this Ontario Knife Company Old Hickory butcher knife. They've been making this thing for years and years and years. I want to say since the 1800s, but let me verify this. Yeah, Old Hickory, high carbon cutlery since 1889. So I'm not sure if this exact model has been around since 1889, but Old Hickory's been at it for a while. Of course, owned by Ontario Knife Company at the moment. I don't know the whole history. I don't know if that's been a constant thing or how old Ontario is, but this thing. Just let me get it open here. I'm just going to use my Jeff White Bush one just to get rid of some plastic here. This I ordered in with my Jeff White throwing knife to for a friend and subscriber. Came from Self-Reliance Outfitters. Supposedly this is a very good quality knife, especially when you consider the fact that it costs $13. $13 American for that knife. Now it's a butcher knife, as you can see, 7-inch butcher knife, full tang, carbon steel blade, which is 1095 carbon. Antique finish, made in the USA, and on the back they show you just different models that they have, which you can actually buy the entire kit from Self-Reliance Outfitters. You can get all the knives at once. I think it's $65 or something like that for the whole set. But this one is the one that I'm seeing people out beating around the woods and just giving rave reviews on. Also, I know a lot of people are modifying this. They're changing the blade shape, cutting it off, making skinners out of it, doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things to this knife because it only costs $13. Supposed to be really good quality. I've been told you need to be careful. It actually says right on Self-Reliance Outfitters site that if you baton with this, you can expect the handle scales to loosen up. So just a fair warning. They're letting you know that could happen. It's not really meant for batoning. It is a butcher knife, but you can do it. You can definitely do it. It's got a cool kind of a laddered finish there. I don't know how easy that's going to be for you guys to see. A fair bit of glare from the light here, but this is all laddered texture, and that's going to oxidize and tarnish. Eventually you're going to have dark spots in through here, and it looks pretty cool once they get worn in. As far as factory edge, feels all right. Doesn't feel too bad. It's I don't know what I've got for paper here. Not much, just a little piece, but we'll check it anyway. So it needs to be touched up, but it shouldn't need to be sharpened. The edge is there. Just put it on a strop or just a very light run across the consistent angle. Sharpener should do the job, and yeah, just to polish up that micro bevel. But yeah, pretty sweet knife. Like I said, 7 inches, $13. I don't know the thickness. They don't actually mention the thickness, but it's not thick. Let's just compare here to my Bush 1, which also is quite a thin blade. I don't know how well you can. They're pretty darn close. pretty close to the same. So it's definitely not a, I'm not saying it won't take some abuse, but it's not a hard use knife. But it's supposed to be one of the better woods knives, especially at that price point. You're not going to find much other than a Mora at that price, and that's not a bad thing. Moras are great as well, but if you want something a bit bigger, do a little bit larger tasks with, probably a very good option. It's $13. This one in particular I ordered from Self-Reliance Outfitters, and when did I order it? A week ago at most, and they've already delivered my Jeff White throwing knife and this old Hickory. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it until they prove me otherwise. If you want to get something from Self-Reliance Outfitters, do it. They're quick to get to you. Their customer service is great. Sometimes it takes a day or two to get things out of the store, just due to, I think they're closed on Sundays and Mondays or something like that. So if you're ordering on a weekend, sometimes it won't ship till Tuesday. But I actually saw my last order go out on a Monday when they're supposed to be closed. So they're great. I've never had a bad experience with them, and I'm going to continue to support them as long as they keep that up, which I don't see that ending. So $13, Self-Reliance Outfitters. It's supposed to be a great knife. I have not beat on this thing. I haven't really used it at all, as you saw. I just opened it. But my initial impressions, other than the handle is really basic, it says it's a hardwood handle, which is fine, but I mean, you know what? It's a kitchen knife. It's a butcher knife, and it feels like one. But it happened to be one that's really tough and just a proven design. So take that out, convert it into a woods tool. It's not everybody can afford a battle horse knife, or before being called blind horse knives, or a tops knife, or whatever. Some people still like to be able to get out in the woods, and got to do it on a bit of a budget, and this is a great option for that. I will get this out and actually get some use into it before too long. I might even order one for myself just to say I have one, for that price. Why not? So add it to the collection. The only thing I might do, I won't be doing any blade modifications if I get one of these, but I might do something with the handle. Put on a, I don't know, micarta scales or something. Just stylize the handle a little bit more, make it a little more ergonomic. Different material maybe. We'll see. But there's some options. For $13, you're not going to feel bad taking those handles off and doing something with them, or cutting a new contour into the blade like some people do. It's a great little project knife. So if you want to try to build a sheath for it, I would recommend getting a bit of a different handle profile so you have something to lock in if you're doing Kydex, because Kydex isn't going to really mold that well to that real thin blade. It's not going to lock in with the blade profile itself. You're going to have to use the handle somehow to secure that sheath, or the knife in the sheath. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Old Hickory 7-inch butcher knife. Looks good. Might be worth a shot, especially at the price point. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button. I'll keep the videos coming, and have a great day.